Dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video and making yourself a priority. I am Denise. I dish everything WW, weight loss, healthy lifestyle related here on this channel. We do fun recipes. We share ideas, tips, tricks, whatever it takes to get us to where we need to be. I lost 116 pounds of the Weight Watchers Blue/Freestyle plan, but I am currently on personal points right now. Am I struggling? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I am a little bit struggling on personal points. I'm not gonna lie, but do I give up now? And a lot of times, and I say many different things about Weight Watchers on this channel. I go, hot and cold, you could say, but I truly don't think I could do any other plan. I mean, I know this is the type of lifestyle that I can stay with, and that's why I stay, even though I haven't lost anything in probably a year. I go back and forth, and I don't consider that a loss. So yeah, in the last year, I went back to meetings in July of last year, and I am currently just, a little more than I was when I went back. So yeah, I struggle with that, and I struggle with day-to-day things, and honestly, I just keep on keeping on because I am so much further than where I was. So I don't think of it as being a failure. I think of it as just a work in progress. So today I weighed in and I was up 0.6, I think it was. No rhyme or reason. Can't sit there and tell you, yeah, it is what it is. I said to the leader, I was on plan. I did the best week I could. So I have nothing to be ashamed about. It is what it is. And that's 2 weeks in a row of that. Something's got to give sometime, but I'm just going to keep doing it. And then hopefully someday my body will get back into it. And that's all I can do. I just stay here, keep you guys motivated. You guys keep me motivated, and we just keep on keeping on, because that's all we can do, And this is a great topic for me this week, because this is how my life is, how to feel more in control even when you're not. Control is a big thing with Weight Watchers, even with some people. Like, I'm a person that I'm not a big control person. I don't live in control. I never have. I do think there are people out there that are so control obsessed that it's a bit crazy, but that's not me. I'm more of a, I don't want to say fly by the seat of my pants, but I'm a pretty flexible. That's what I'll call myself, flexible. I could run with a lot of different things, and I think I'm very even tempered. I do fly off the handle occasionally, but not anything, Structure is not one of my things, and that's a huge part of why I don't meal plan. I'm not structured enough. I'm not a control freak enough to meal plan, because I think that is, don't want to know what I want to eat until that day, and then I'll decide what I want to eat. So that's for me, and that's how I live my life. And we all have to do what's best for us, and how we're all made a little bit differently. And some people are just structured, and if they get out of that structure, it goes a little bit nuts. And for me, it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. Structure just makes me crazy. But let's get to the topic. This is by Beth James O'Keefe. This is somebody new. Wow, okay. Kristen Fisher must not be there anymore. Life can go from I've totally got this to what the in an instant, or Insta scroll. How to reset the course. And it can. You could have the best laid plans, and it could go to shit in a minute. And you have to be able to either run with it, be flexible with it, or just go nuts. And you know what? To me, going nuts is not something that I choose to do, but there are people that it can happen to. Try this. Step 1, when you start feeling out of sorts, write 3 lists. What you cannot control or influence. Whether your stress stems from heavy stuff, upsetting world news, or heavy to-do stuff, emergency dental work that's messing with your routine. These things you can't change. Like I said this a long time, like back when COVID hit, not eating or eating too much is not going to help COVID. You could sit there and eat your face off. It's not going to get better. You can sit there and not eat, and it's not going to get better. You have to put in a box things you have no control over, and that is the world. We don't have any control over the situation in any part of the world, in our own country, and the things that laws change and this changes, and we don't have control over that. I mean, you could vote and do all that kind of stuff, but we as one person, as a whole you can, but as one person, to stress over that is a little bit, I don't want to use the word unnecessary, but it's not going to get you to where you want to be. Let's put it that way. What can you influence? Zero in on something you related to, however minor. For example, you can't fix the world's problems, but you can donate to organization, do good work, or you can force or skip your usual workout classes. thanks to your chipped tooth, you could still go for a walk. Like, yeah, you could definitely help out in a little small way and still feel like you're helping out. I mean, that might make you feel good because you can influence that a little bit. You know, a lot of little bit does help. What can you control? Not much, but what's they're going to say? Lastly, focus on what you can do or change right now, like limiting social media, your news intake, or clearing your work schedule, and picking up some soft 0-point foods and ice cream for dinner. Picking up some soft what is soft 0-point foods? Oh, I guess for the teeth. I'm like, well, what the heck? Or ice cream. Yes, ice cream. There are light ice creams out there. So if you have a problem with your mouth, you can definitely get some lower point, softer foods. I didn't get that at first. Oh my goodness, that don't make sense. Step 2, take a few deep breaths and then take action. I say this a lot when I get a lot of people who post that they're stressing. The first thing usually out of my mouth is, take a breath. Take a breath. Because you'll realize that that problem that you think is this is really not. I think we do overreact for a lot of things. That's just in some of our makeups to do that. But you have to stop, take a step back, breathe, reassess it. Direct your focus to the present, then channel your attention and energy only to things that you have influence or control over. We don't have, like a party. You don't have influence on what they're going to serve. You don't. You have to go there and just make your best choices. And you can't stress when you don't make a good choice. Like sometimes it's like, we call them the food pushers. There's food pushers at parties that push you to eat. I don't like those people, but they're out there. Sometimes I take the food and I just don't eat it. Or sometimes I just eat a bit of it. Like, you know, like I always say, I'm a big sharer now, what I never was before. But hold on. But yeah, definitely, or put the food pushers in their place gently. Say, thank you, but I really looking forward to eating this, or I want to have that. And yeah, since I'm on a healthy weight loss journey, I can't have everything. Nobody can, nobody should. So what you can do is maybe try to tell them in a nice enough way instead of saying, yo, get that in my face, because you could do that. But these are people you have to see, so you have to be a little bit, you know, so, you know, and then they'll understand, at least I hope they do, like, because I know a lot of people that I'm around, like, they get it, that this is, you know, like, I've had to tell them though, like, oh, you can't have this. Oh, I can have it. I'm choosing not to, or I'm choosing to have a smaller piece of that. But everything is on the menu. Like, that's something too. When people see that you can eat, then they won't be quite as, oh my gosh, you're sick, or you're that. Like, yeah, you shouldn't say no to everything. You shouldn't. There's things you can have a small piece of, or a small sum of that. When you're sitting there saying no to everything, then they think you have like a food problem. And we shouldn't have a food problem on Weight Watchers. Let's dive a little deeper. Ever been called a control freak? Not me. I do know one, a few. Raise hands. The term can get thrown around if we take charge or get upset over things we can't control. By human nature, most of us love to feel like we're steering the ship. Having a sense of internal control helps us feel happier, less stressed, and more motivated, and all which makes your weight loss journey seem more doable. But that's for those types of people. I think there's like that type A that just have to be in control of everything. And honestly, I don't want to be in control of anything. I think when you relinquish that, life gets a little bit easier. And when you realize you can't control everything, you can't control that you went off points today. That happens. You can't sit there and always control your food. That's why we have weekly points. Yes. And those people who don't eat their weekly points are probably the controller freaks, because you've got to be able to be flexible. You have to be able to eat some of those weeklies occasionally. If you're not eating those weeklies, you're never going to be able to eat them. So if you could live on that amount of food, which is probably under 1,000 calories, or maybe under 1,200 to 1,300, then I applaud you if you can do that. But I know for me, I'm looking ahead, and I look years down the line, and I know for certainty that I'm going to be eating a little bit more as the older I get. Not a lot more, and I'm going to be never eating the way I used to. But when you're on a weight loss journey, You have to think of maintenance. You have to think of the fact that you have to add points back. Once you're out of weight loss mode, they give you points back because they want you to level off. That's, you know, that's black and white right in the WW bylaws. But as we know, there are a zillion things that can throw us off course, and which we can do a whole lot of nothing about. The more we dwell on them, the more we suck or adrift we might feel, stuck. Like nothing we do matters. That's the thing. With the control people, it's all or nothing. If you just be a little bit more flexible, you can be more flexible with this kind of things, and things aren't always so stressful. And stress makes some people eat. And we're not talking eat a lot, but eat more than they normally eat, which if they're eating less, that's going to make a difference. Shifting focus to present and what we can control when facing the waves of the day, however, can do the opposite. It helps us see ways we might move forward, how to adjust our sails, chart a new course, or otherwise stay flexible in the journey. If that doesn't work, totally normal, try doing something from your want to do list, like making new recipes, streaming a yoga class, and Obey Fitness. Prioritize these fun do's can remind you of the still captain of your ship. Exactly. Change your focus. Because like I said, we can control our food to a point. We can't control restaurant food. I mean, you can go in the kitchen, you can beg them not to put butter or oil in it, but do you really know if they do that? You're really watching them? You're gonna hopefully that they do that. But you know, you have to go with the punches. Like, yeah, restaurant meal is gonna be a little bit higher in points. Is it the end of the world? No, it's not. Going to a party, if they're serving nothing Weight Watcher friendly, is it the end of the world? No, it's not. We have to be flexible because you're not eating that way every day. And you're allowed, it's my voice, to use weekly points at an event, at a dinner. You're allowed to do that. But when you don't allow yourself the flexibility, then when it happens, you don't know what to do. You're ill prepared for things like that and you freak out and then you worry about, oh, and then I gained a half a pound. It's all okay. You know, it is a journey and there's ups and there's downs and there's, you know, it's not black and white. And when you learn that early, it helps. And when you don't stress about, you can't stress about your food. You can't. You know, you do the best that you can. I don't want to sit there and use it as an excuse to overeat. There's the difference. Oh, I'm at a party, well, I'm just not going to worry about it. Just because you're at a party doesn't mean you don't track. Just because you're at a party doesn't mean, you know, you don't try to make a better choice. But sometimes there are no best choices. You just have to deal with what's there and make the best of a bad situation. I've gone to parties where all they had was chicken parmesan, which is fried and covered in sauce and cheese. Was I not going to eat? No, I pulled the cheese off the chicken parm. I saved a point there. Yes, it's fried. Nothing I can do about that. But you know what? I saved points, and it's chicken. So, you know, first of all, that, you know, the word, yes, it's breaded and fried, but at least the chicken itself is a good choice. Just pull the cheese off, you know, like you make some adjustments. You go with the flow because in life, you're going to have to think on your feet. You can't sit there, not everybody's going to be sitting there going, oh, she's Weight Watchers. Let me make sure there's grilled chicken for her. They're not. You have to learn to adjust and sit there, what you can do to make that option a little bit better. And if you want to eat the cheese and sauce, then might show if you eat the cheese and sauce. It's your journey. Don't let anybody else do and make your decisions for you. You own it, you do it, and then you just move on. Like I said, it's not a day in and day out thing. These are strategies for when you're at somewhere and things don't go as you plan them to go. Not everything in life goes as we planned. Hence why I don't plan. Because I learned that early that I'm just not a planning person. I just like kind of have things set in motion for what I need in my pantry waiting for me to sit there and create anything that I desire. And if I need something, I just run my butt to the store and I pick it up. Because you know, if you want something, you know you want it and you got to go and get it. That always makes the best meal in my opinion. When you haven't planned it and all of a sudden you think of this, it's like, oh my gosh, yes. And it tastes so amazing. Oh, I get like that. Like I get something in my head and I'm like, I have to have it now. Like this morning on my way home, I'm going to have for breakfast. I'm like, French toast. French freaking toast. I have bread in my freezer, my 647. I think that makes the best French toast. I'll thaw 2 pieces of that. I always have an egg. I always have yogurt so I could stuff it. I was like, and I got excited. And it's low point. Oh my gosh, it's 2 points. It's a 2-point breakfast that looks decadent, feels decadent, but is not. And I so want it. And it will taste freaking amazing. So that is what you have to do. Like I said, have all these tools, and that's why I showed you my food finds last week and my things I keep on hand. So at any given moment, I can have an arsenal of things that I go through. Somebody asked me that about breakfast. It was a question in the Facebook group. I think it was my friend Tony's group. She said about, what do you do for breakfast? I'm like, I have a rotation of about 8 things, maybe 9. There's a bunny in the yard. That I go to. Kodiaks, French toast, eggs, avocado toast, oatmeal, off the top of my head. I have in my freezer, I have a bagel bun. I have 2-point English muffins. There's probably more things I can't even, I have hash browns, make hash waffles or just hash browns. So I have about 7 or 8 things that I can make ready in my freezer, in my pantry, ready to go. And I decide what I feel like. And let me tell you something, when you eat, when you crave, it tastes 10 times better. And you hit that note and it's just, yes, please. And it just sets the tone for the rest of the day. So that is it for me today. I have to show you stuff. I went shopping at Largers today. I know. Recipe du jour is grilled guacamole with poblano and lime. Ooh, guacamole for my guac friends. It is 0 to 2 points, depending if you have avocados, usually 0-point food. Look, I love tomatoes in my guac and onion. It's not traditional guac, but it's deep guac. So I did get a couple things I'll share with you. The iced cinnamon puffs. They're having a sale. I know. And they had pitos. I believe pitos are 2 points a bag. Doesn't say on here, but I'm pretty sure they're 2 points a bag. But I love these. Crunchy onion rings. And those little puffs, I think, are 2 points a bag, too. These are 2 points. Yep, I love these little rice cakes with the icing on them. Got a few pitos. And they gave away this. This was a freebie today. So I grabbed a rotini lentil pasta. No, I'm not a fan, but I don't mind it as a pasta salad. I might do it with like chicken, some of that. Pasta with creamy broccolini sauce. Broccoli sauce. Now that looks good. That might be something I would like to make. It's 8 points on, well, blue, green, and purple points. Probably why they're giving it away. Is it expired? Expires in 2 months. But 3 points on purple, 8 on green and blue. Looks good though. Look at that. See, I would eat, now that I would eat. Not tomato sauce. And I did get some bars because they just got them back in. The dark chocolate peanut caramel flavored bar. They are 100 calories. Why doesn't it tell you the points on the outside? That's a bit odd. 3 points, there they are. Let's see how big they are. I'm all about a 3-point bar. Yeah, they're not that big, but you know what? It's covered in chocolate and there's caramel in there. So, I'm all for that one. And Rose, oh, they gave us freebies out today. Got this for free. This 2-point bag of ranch tortilla chips. And my girl Rose shared one of her bars. She got the WW Sweet Nothings Nut Butter Bites and Peanut Butter. Dates, peanuts, oats, cacao, flex, and salt. I think she said there were 3 points for this bar. Yeah, 3 points for that. I've never had this, but that's a pretty decent sized bar. It's pretty thick, so I'll be tasting that soon. But I want to have my breakfast now, so I didn't want to taste anything before that. So yeah, and you get a free bag. I've got about 5 of these. So that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed my food finds from WW and my meeting topic du jour. Let me know in the comments how you did this week. What did you think of this week's meeting topic? It's something that I could definitely get behind because control is something I kind of get because there's just times that you don't have control. You have to be able to run with that. So, like I said, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Come join our community here on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. And there's Bailey. I'm not sure what he's doing, but I will dish with you tomorrow for meal prep. That's already done and filmed. There is a Weight Watchers recipe for chocolate oatmeal banana cookies, but I made it into a bar because I was too lazy. There's an overnight oats, the chocolate covered banana overnight oats, and there was a third thing which escapes me right now. I think there's a third thing. I don't remember what it was. Oh, I made hummus. I make hummus all the time, but this is to show you how quick and easy on the fly I can make hummus. Like, I decided to make hummus, so I put it together in less than 5 minutes, probably less than 3 minutes, and it was phenomenal. So look for that tomorrow. I will dish with you another day. Have a great weekend, and see you tomorrow at the live.